Hello everyone and welcome to Harv's World for another episode of Ravensberg. We finally made it to fall. And it's time to do a little change up here. I've been gathering funds. I'm trying to gather money. I know I've got some. I'm going to have to spend some. There's no getting around that anymore. But I'm trying to get money together for the farm to do something major, big, huge. A vast expansion that's really going to put Frau Baumann on the map. Although something has happened, I'll fill you in on a little bit later, but something has happened that's pretty amazing. So I brought down the little Massey. I brought down this straw blower that I purchased and didn't use very much, and I'm going to sell this stuff off. It's not getting used, it's just sitting collecting dust. So that will bring in a little something, not a great deal. Actually, the straw blower is worth more than the bloody tractor. As you can see, almost 24,000 for the straw blower. So I didn't waste too much money on that. Enough, enough, but I think I'm okay to sell that weight. It hasn't been needed for anything else, and we might as well just sell off the bucket too. So that's going to bring in some fundage. However, I do need to jump over here and pick up a couple things that the farm really does need. First thing I want to pick up is going to be... oh, where are those things? One of these bad boys. A 25,000 liter tanker trailer that I can pull with a tractor. I don't need a truck for. Let's get some good colors on that. There we go. I like the look of that. Absolutely. Let's get some better tires on there too. Yep, I like that. So we're going to buy one of those. Now, and I'll show you exactly why I'm buying this tanker here in just a minute. Next thing that I want to pick up is going to be that sprayer I've talked about. We're just using that too frequently not to have one on hand when it's needed, and this is the one that I want. Oh, I can even get some color on that too. Why not? There we go. Make it a little bit unique to our farm. Nope, that's perfect. And we are going to buy one of those bad boys. There we go. And I did bring the fence down just because I knew I was going to have to bring some stuff back up to the farm. So, without too much further ado, let's run back up to the farm and see what we can see. Haha, I love it when a plan comes together. So this is what I'm talking about. Look what these cows have done. 65,000 liters of milk. Now I know we've just had the guy come and pick it up, but if I get him to haul 65,000 liters of milk, and milk is at a great price right now, it's going to cost me over 6,000 euros just for that one delivery. And if that keeps happening on a daily basis, well, I think I can spend a couple hours hauling milk. Now I'm going to have to make 2-3 trips to get it all picked up, but that's beside the point. I mean, that's $6,000, and I'll basically lose a morning. So I think I'll be hauling some milk today, and from now and ever after, simply because I don't want to spend 6,000 a day. In 5 days I could easily have paid for this trailer and picked up the part of a second one, which actually I could buy a second one and just make this a chain. Let's see, where's our best price today right now? Yeah, that's not how you do it, Harv. This is how you do it, Harv, right here. The supermarket is buying, that price is falling, so I need to haul the mail here and get it over there before the price drops too much more. Shouldn't be that big of a challenge, so I'm going to be hauling milk, and we'll see where we stand, but we should be up another 85 grand by the end of this little morning milk adventure. Milk delivery number 1 going in, 25,000 liters. Outstanding, absolutely outstanding. And if I miss my guess, or if I guess correctly, I think we're going to be right around 30,000 euros on this trip. Come on, baby. Dump that milk. We got more to haul. Come on. Come on. Oh, I was short. 35,000. And I was short of making that turn also. Yeah, 35 grand. So, away I go. Back to the farm. More milk to haul. We'll see you at the final sell-off. And the Ledley supermarket gets one final milk delivery of the morning. Man, this has been a good day already. And look at that. You know, this has taken, what, about 3 hours? And I've saved myself $6 grand, $6,000 for 3 hours of work, 3.5 by the time I get back to the farm. Definitely worth it. Very much. So far, the milk has sold for over 70,000 euros, and I had almost another 20,000 liters by the time I got back up to the farm that third time. There we go, another 27. So on the day, 97,000 euros. So I've sold off some equipment that I'm not using anymore. I have sold all of my milk for today, and the cows are going to continue to produce, of course. But it's been a great payday, and I'm still not to my goal yet. My goal is 400,000 euros, I have to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what yet, because it's going to take a little bit. And in fact, if it doesn't pay out or pay off, I could financially bury this farm just, well, a lot. Quite a significant amount. So there's that, but I do have a goal that's going to bring Frau Baumann right up to, well, at least make a name for herself in this area. So that's going exceptionally well. Now, yes, we know you're there, Mr. Boat. We can see you. Now, I told you there was some big news. There is some very big news. This is actually a little bit crazy. I couldn't believe it when I heard it myself, and I had to go check it out. And it's absolutely true. Herr Huber has left the building. He left Ravensberg. He's gone. He sold off all of his cattle. His cattle barns and that pasture I put in, they're all gone. He left the dairy business. I mean, he's still around, obviously. He's, he didn't die or anything. But, so the rumors that are getting around town are that, well, he fired me, and, well, you know the story there. And he never did get the cattle business back in order. He was never able to replace me with somebody who could square that operation away. He's an investor. He's not a dairy farmer. And of course, he's got a fairly sizable ego, which we have talked about many times in the past and seen. I thought my trailer was aligned. Thank you. And his big goal was to knock that other farmer, that other dairy farmer, off his block, so to speak. That was what he really wanted to do. That was his big macho ego that he was trying to control. Well, anyway. A guy with an ego that big can't afford to fail. And, well, fail he did. And, for someone like that who, I don't know, personally, I just call him insecure, frankly. Probably in a fit of temper that he refused to allow anybody to see. He just said, well, if I can't win, then I quit. I'm going to move on to something else. And sold it all off and walked away. All of his, equipment and stuff are still sitting over there, but he wiped those cattle barns out of existence. They're gone. So, Too bad, Herr Huber. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Too bad for you, Herr Huber. Too bad for you. Well, I bought this sprayer. I bloody well ought to use it, which obviously I am. And I got my clover field sprayed for weeds, and look at this. Our canola is coming in. Look at that. Nothing prettier than a canola field, in my opinion. Anybody who knows Harv loves the canola crops. Don't ask me why, I just do. I think they're pretty spectacular when they're in bloom like that. We'll have to go over and check our sunflowers here in a minute too. I need to get this little grass field sprayed off also. Oh, I might not be able to. This could be ready to harvest already. Let's take a look. If it is, we are out of luck. And of course it doesn't help if you don't turn on grass. Yelp. So not going to get as good a yield off this, although luckily grass only grows in, or weeds only grow in patches, so it's not going to affect the entire grass field. That's good, because I need to get some fresh grass put in the silo for winter. And I need to finish this field off. And I can tell you right now, I'm going to need this grass field. I am very much, if my plan comes together, I'm very much going to need a grass field. And our little trees here haven't done much. They're still just sprigs in the ground. Although trees in seasons aren't the same as trees in the base game. They are not. And I believe, yes, look at that. Look at that lovely field of sunflowers. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Sunflowers and canola. Yellow and green go so well together. That is just a fantastic image in my opinion. Absolutely spectacular. Those shouldn't be too far from ready to harvest actually. I have a helper working on a field right now, using up probably the last of our manure, if I'm honest, because frankly, we've been going through a lot of it. Although I've been keeping a helper working. Like I said, I've got a big financial goal that I want to see happen. A big financial goal that I'd like to see happen. Where does that leave me? That means I need another application of fertilizer on my clover. And so it's going to have to be chemical fertilizer. Because the manure spreader is tied up at the moment. So much for that idea. The clover's not taking fertilizer yet. It doesn't like me. No, it's just not taking fertilizer yet. It's not ready. It needs to grow one more time before it'll take another application of fertilizer. So, I guess what I'm going to do is feed cattle and look around for other junk to do. Probably check in tomorrow. Well, either fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your outlook, there's not a lot going on for the second day of autumn. At least not a lot on our farm. However, there is some big movement on the milk front. I do have to throw that in there because, well, that's going to kind of be important to us. Yeah, we've already produced another 40,000 liters of milk. Our cows are going bonkers over the milk. Yes, they're really producing, which is really good for us, which means more money coming in. However, while I thought about doing a milk run, well, prices are fluctuating dramatically at the moment. And when I say dramatically, I mean very dramatically. The price is on the rise. It'll be even better than yesterday, and I need to keep a look at that. Let's take a look right now. Yeah, you can see the supermarket price is really pushing up. It's over 1,500 euros per 1,000 liters and rising. I kind of wish I'd held that milk from yesterday now, if I'm completely honest. And as I always say, I try to be completely honest as much as I can be. But that's where things stand at the moment. We're waiting on our crops, or on our milk price, to stabilize. And as I keep saying, I do need to get some fresh grass in the silo to cover us for winter, so I figured I might as well come over and get this grass field taken care of. And you can see I did manage to come over yesterday and lime off that new plowed section. And I figured there's no real point whatsoever in planting it yet, because I'm going to have to lease a planter once my crops come in, my sunflowers and canola anyway. So I'll just rent the planter, lease the planter, get the fall crops in as soon as possible, and then finish off this grass field while I've got it. So no sense in leasing multiple times to do the same bloody job, if you know what I mean. It's not like we're in a hurry for this grass to grow at this point. I do have that other new field that has grass in it that I can fall back on if I need to. I don't think I'm going to need to, and in fact I think I have a purpose for that field. Abso-floggin-lutely. Although, I've been hinting at it already, and, well, that field is going to be part of my expensive proposition for Frau Baumann. However, if the milk keeps flowing the way it's flowing, I don't think that's going to be an issue. Not an issue at all. In fact, I know it's not going to be an issue. The milk is going to start paying for all of our advancements on this farm. Frau Baumann should be very, very pleased. Oh, that reminds me, I need to pay myself for yesterday's income. I'll have to look at that and see how much I need to be paid for that. Well, I finished collecting that grass off the field. It's in the silo. Woohoo. We've got cattle feed, at least hopefully enough to get us through the winter. But more importantly, milk prices have peaked at 1,540 euros per 1,000 liters. So I think you know what time it is. It's time to sell milk for today. Let's find out how much we're going to make. Squirrely trailer. I wish I would have saved my milk from yesterday now. That's okay. I did pay myself, by the way. I did pay myself yesterday. Man, that's a squirrely trailer. Wow. I did pay myself 15,000 euros. That was pretty much, 15%. We made basically 100,000 yesterday. Not quite that much, but pretty darn close. And so that's been tucked away into my bank account. That does take away from this farm. But hey, that's a pretty good work day, I'd say. And we're going to make even more today. Absolutely outstanding. So I'm going to run milk, get it sold off. Then we're going to see, because my crops aren't ready yet, and crop moisture is down enough that if there's anything to harvest out there, maybe, just maybe, I could do some work for the locals. Push myself over the 300, the goal. I said the goal is 400,000. Technically, the goal is 350,000. That's technically, mind you. I should have my beacons on while I'm doing this, shouldn't I? There, that's better. Because I'm going to kind of become milk dependent at this point. I think I'm going to be relying on basically milk sales every day to push us forward. And it looks like that's going to be a pretty solid plan. Keep your fingers crossed. Let's hope our cattle don't dry up at some point. That would be bad. But we are pushing 300 cattle at this point. And, hey, you see that down sign? That down sign is basically a marker that says Harv was here. Harv was here. Beware all signs. Harv is coming through. But yes, I very much think that milk is going to carry us into the future at this point. But 300 cattle, our barn will only hold 350. So yes, these are the plans I need to start thinking about and taking care of. And that's what I'm working on right now. That's really, really my goal. And with a little bit of luck, we'll see how that turns out. In fact, our milk might just get us there. Look at that go. The 350, 7, 8, 9, 60. Oh, 38,507. See, I shorted myself $3,000 per milk trailer that I sold yesterday. So I lost 6,000, 7,000 plus in milk yesterday simply because I got impatient and decided to sell my milk. Hey, you know, that's okay. Yeah. It's gonna have to be okay because it's a done deal. It's a sunken cost at this point. Alright, let me finish hauling this milk and then we'll see what else we can get done on the second day of autumn. I am so near my goal, it's not even funny. I mean, I was, backpedaling a little bit saying 350,000 from the 400,000, but I am bloody close to the 400 grand. I mean, look at that. 57,000. Yep, 57,000 euros worth of milk today. We sold off our milk yesterday, and I just sold another 41,000 liters. So, I mean, we're producing 40,000 liters of milk a day. A day. You know what that means? That means it's time for Frau Baumann to grow up one more time. Well, I had to rush right over here to this new grass field. I didn't even drop off the tanker. I wanted to get over here as soon as possible, not to show off these lovely sunflowers, but to build Frau Baumann something extra, extra special. Now this place isn't cheap, not by any stretch of the imagination. It is, however, big, it's beautiful, and it will carry us a long way into the future. I present you with the Mega Dairy Facility. If that's what you want to call it. This thing is crazy. Woo! Look at that. Outstanding. Massive slurry pit. It costs us $358,000 after installation. This thing has it all. I'm going to have to put a road back in here, though, apparently. Oops. We sort of took out the road. I'll fix that. It's got offices for everyone to work in. Let's see. I know there are doors that open here. Not that one, apparently. There we go. We've got lighting. Very nice indeed. We've got milk collection right here. Very, very, very nice. I'm not sure what that tank is for, but it should be lovely. Here we go. Look at this milking parlor. Look at the milking parlor we're going to have to use now. That is fabulous. Plenty of external doors. Oh, stop that. I'm trying to hit the light switches. There we go. The mega milking parlor. That thing is just, man. Oh, and it even rotates. You put cows on there and they're going to just spin around basically. And then look at all the room for our cattle. This will hold 500. Easily hold 500. So now it's a matter of transferring cattle over from the old place to this place. But I don't see that being much of an issue. This is fabulous. It's even got some ventilation up at the top. Absolutely, positively, without question or fail, outstanding. Lots of entry and exit points, so we should be able to move our cattle around fairly easily. Nice big manure collection point, because this place is really going to produce that. I do need to get the valves installed. I'm going to move all of the newborns over here, which should be a good couple hundred. Yeah, 170-ish. And then I will keep our milkers, our current milkers and pregnant cows over in the other cattle barn. And that put a wrench in the finances there, but that's okay. That was my goal. But then we will have all of our mature cattle down here. That's going to free up a lot of space down here for them to continue producing milk, to continue producing offspring. And then as our baby cattle grow up and start producing their own milk, they'll be up in the other barn and still have lots and lots of room to grow. So we just took our cattle capabilities from 350 cattle up to 850. That is outstanding. Yes, I'm going to keep saying that. Hey, 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 hey. I locked your axle. There we go. That's working better. Thank you. Thank you very much. And yes, I'm just going to keep parking this right here because God knows there's going to be plenty of milk filling. Milk hauling. So I think that's going to do it for this episode of Ravensberg. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. As always, I very much appreciate you coming along for the ride. And until next time, take care.